Happy Friday, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome to an extra edition, I guess, of Myles Dyer Live. It is a adjacent parallel show to PSVR Without Parole, GAMESCAST Live, which happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I, of course, get to host every Friday, almost every Friday, with Brian, who is stepping away for tonight, sending him lots and lots of love. And when we were discussing the show tonight, I've always said, if there's any need to, do any last minute plans, I'm totally cool with it. And so in the last hour, I've been racing around, getting stuff set up, downloading assets onto my computer, and just trying to get as much in place as possible, because I've also been away from home the last 3 days. I was on an off-site event with my work. It's been a very long day. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But it's wonderful to be with you all, and it's the first time. I'm just looking at my counter on my stream deck right now. This is the first time I've ever had more than 100 people watching a live stream, which is pretty mind-blowing to see that as a three-figure number. So I want to say a huge thank you. Lots of familiar faces in the chat, lots of new faces, but I would say people that I recognise, obviously, when we're doing PSVR Without Parole GAMESCAST Live. And look, I'm just going to be very honest from the get-go. This is going to be a very different show, just because when I do live shows, I do them differently. I love GAMESCAST Live and the banter that Brian and I have together. But yeah, when coming up with today, this is how it's going to work. I have a few sort of bits of housekeeping, a few bits of updates. It might be of interest to some of you that don't actually know what I do on this live show on my own channel. And the other things that I'm doing and I'm building up week on week. Got some exciting things in the pipeline. But for the main topics, we are all fans of PlayStation VR and really excited for the release of PlayStation VR2. It's 19 days away now. For me, it's, going to be going to 18 days in an hour. And I just thought we'd have a conversation. And I literally do mean a conversation. I'll bring your comments up on screen, and we will just have a really good flow of, talking about what are we excited about? Do we have any concerns? And of course, I've had some hands-on with the PSVR2 headset. So if there are any lingering questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them as well. But on the issue of questions, this is what is normally done during the last Wednesday of every month when I do my regular live show, but we'll do it for here today as well. If you do have a question, I am just trying to get the asset up now. If you ever do have a question, just put it in the chat and put a Q at the beginning so I know it's a question. And what I can do is I can favorite it and it puts it onto a separate panel, and it means that I won't lose the question. But the chat is moving pretty quickly, which is I'm not used to. So I will try my best to stay on top of it. And in the usual way that I am on the show, and I do it on my own show, if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, because on this channel especially, I only tend to do live streams, and do hit the like button. Let's just get the like buttons up to 100 and beyond. Already getting some super chats coming in, which I'm really, really grateful for. Scoy Malloy here saying, let me bring it back up. Happy 2 Wise Friday. I kind of feel like the Ys are shared between Brian and I, so it's like only a 1 Y Friday today, but I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. And also one from the Amorphous Game Cat who said, boosting morale. Thank you. And I did put on Twitter earlier saying, this isn't going to be as good as GAMESCAST Live, so bear with me. And some of you were very kind and give me a pep talk. The truth is, I'm totally cool. I'm cool with this. But at the same time, this is a last-minute show. You need to manage expectations. We're going to have a good time over the next hour. But I just wanted to sort of let you know about that. And I'm already seeing the questions coming in. So I'm producing, like Brian does, in real time. So, no, it's true. There are 2 Ys in my name, Nick. I will definitely give you that. So, listen, we're going to talk a bit about PSVR2. And answer your questions and things like that. And then, of course, there's been some hands-on impressions in the last 24 hours. It was a breaking news story on Without Parole with Brian. So we'll talk a bit about that, the excitement that has been palpable from a lot of big media organisations as well, that has been really, really good to see. So listen, in terms of some of the like housekeeping things I wanted to talk about, I've just got my slides here. I have started doing live streaming every Saturday, and at the moment it's flat screen games. But when PSVR2 comes out, I'm going to be live streaming PSVR2 games. Last week was What Remains of Edith Finch. It was a really, really excellent stream where we got to do the entire game in about 2 hours. Unfortunately, due to classical music within it, it got taken down by 3 record labels that I had to appeal. It's now been released. It's back online, but it totally killed the momentum, which was annoying. So it is back up now on my channel. Check that out. And then the week before was the Callisto Protocol. Well, tomorrow's Let's Play is going to be Stray. And it's going to be at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 o'clock in the afternoon if you're on the East Coast, and 1 o'clock in the afternoon if you are on the West Coast. Stray. And the way this works is I will be when I do Let's Plays, I play them from the beginning. I play them from the beginning for 1 or 2 hours, and it means that if you're not familiar with these games or you don't want too much to be spoilt, you can tune in. And by the way, I'm seeing all the questions and super chats. I'm saving them. Thank you for all the kindness there. So yeah, do tune in for that. Yeah, I don't know, playing for the crowd, right? Yeah. To be honest, it was already organised. I didn't know we were going to be doing this live stream. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of good. Right. Next up, I wanted to talk about, you may see, for those that have become a member of the channel, you can become a member for, I think, $3 a month. It just supports this channel. You get a little emoticon next to your name, and you also get emojis that are special for the chat that I think you can use on all my videos as well. Because we hit 40 members a week or 2 weeks ago, thank you to everyone who's become a member. It supports what I do here. It meant I unlocked emoji slots, and so I went away to get some commission. So do you want to have a quick look now at what I came up with? Okay, I know there are some incredible questions and super chats. Okay, I haven't seen a Wando's. I've got it saved though, so I will come back to this. Actually, no, let me go to it now, and let's do it with the usual applause. Jesus Christ, a Wando. A Wando with the €300 super chat. Unbelievable. Love all you guys on the Without Parole team. All of you keep being who you are. Honestly, that is incredibly kind. And just as some transparency for this donation, if you are okay with this, I'm going to pass this on to Brian, because I love the channel. When it comes to Without Parole, I want it to succeed. We've got a lot of big stuff coming up. And so although that's gone to me directly, if you're okay with that, I'd like to pass that on to Brian, just so it can be invested into the channel, because I believe in the mission of what we're doing. You know, we are a community that is passionate about PSVR. We love to talk about it. Brian works an awful lot with, doing reviews, having to play games not in a casual, let's just enjoy it. It's, a meticulous way. He puts together brilliant reviews, which is how I found out about PSVR Without Parole at the beginning. He does an amazing job with the channel, and I always think it's important to ensure that Brian is very well taken care of so he can keep doing the amazing work that he does. So, yeah, I'm just looking to see if you've responded yet, but absolutely incredible for that. So thank you. Peter says 300 will buy you a loaf of bread in the UK. So, yeah, honestly, blown away. Put it in the Myles comes to PAX West cookie jar. I mean, I will definitely want to come out there at some point, and there's lots of that. You missed the sirens. Yeah, I kind of need to get Brian to start recording it as like some ambience, so I can put it in the background just so you feel at home. So yeah, no sirens on my end. Again, just I just want to give you a bit of background into my live show, because I also understand that in this live show, I'm introducing myself to a lot of you for the first time. Like, yes, I do the show, but this is a bit more intimate, like just talking directly to you. I actually started on YouTube, and I'm gonna be very quick about this. But I started on YouTube as a vlogger when I was 18 in 2006, and I built this YouTube channel. And I was a vlogger. I got into sort of activism, mental health, and I saw it as this empathy machine and became very passionate. And about 8 years ago, I became very burnt out, because often in life, when you're very passionate about things, or you're doing things that you enjoy, you don't treat it as work. And the best way I can explain it is pizza. A lot of us love pizza, right? I had pizza tonight. Your mind, my mind, is always like, pizza is brilliant. Like, I could eat it all the time. So it's good for my mind in the sense of in the moment, but for my body, it's not so good. And that's the same with when you're doing things that you enjoy. You exert yourself and you can burn yourself out. And that's what happened 8 years ago. Well, in 2018, this channel was about to hit 50,000 subscribers. But what you'll notice is my channel at the moment is around 47,000. And since 2018, my channel is losing hundreds of subscribers every month. And it's because this channel is old. It's 16, 17 years old. I turned 36 in a couple of weeks' time, which means half of my life I've been a YouTuber now, which is kind of a scary thought. But as I'm losing subscribers, I'm gaining new ones, but not as many as I'm losing. So it's just been this decline. But I'm determined to turn this channel around, because what I love it is that people can look at my old videos and they can see my first ever videos and see that I was a very shy, quiet person, and I've come all this way to sort of show people that we can all go on that journey. And this January was the first month where I had a huge increase in subscribers, more than I lost. And it is turning around. So I think we had plus 100 subscribers. So my mission for this year is to hit 50,000 subscribers, because once I've done that, it means I've turned this big process around. And so the support that you give me, and give without parole, because, you know, we're doing very much the same things together. It's, you know, about compassion. It's about community. It's about the things that we love and we enjoy. It's only possible because of you. And so I just want to say a huge thank you for everything that you do. And for those that keep saying smash the like button, I love you very, very much. Right, I've got more questions coming in. Please press the like button. Yes. Okay. Yeah, in the UK we do get loud foxes at night. That sounds absolutely horrific. You just got recommended your first video blog from 16 years ago. Well, watch it. And when I mentor in schools and I show kids it, they always go, they laugh at it because the lighting's poor, it's terrible. And kids these days, their starting point, they're very good on camera because of social media and things like that. In terms of where Brian is, Brian's just taking a break tonight. He's doing fine, but rest is important. And I'm hoping he's getting a lot of that. So huge love to Brian. For those that just joined in, we're going to be talking about PSVR2 in a moment. And we're also going to be talking about Gran Turismo 7. So if you have any questions, keep putting them in the chat. Make sure you put a Q at the front of your comment just so I can see it and I can tick it off, and then I can come back to it in a bit. But there's something else I wanted to talk about, what was coming up. I mentioned getting emotes because we hit 40 members on this. And no worries. It was a good question. Wanted to be honest about it. These are the new emotes that I've had commissioned and created. One of them has been added to the chat now that you can use with me in PSVR2, but the others will be here for Wednesday's show, and this is what they are. In the top left, Brian actually helped me with this. We've got a new badge for when you just become a member for the first month, so it's the globe, but without any colour. We've got a drum emote, and the reason we have that is because, believe it or not, it's not just me that tells terrible jokes. We have other people in the chat that love telling terrible jokes as well, and so when that happens, we play this. And some people like to use the emote, so we've got a little drum emote there as well. We've got the ring, because I wear this massive skull ring that people always talk about. So we've got a skull ring of the emote. We've got a Q, and that just means that when I'm asking for questions. Members get priority, and so if they use the Q emote, it comes up for me, and I can make sure I go to your questions first. We've got a nice heart because I'm all about well-being and that. And then obviously on the bottom right, you've got PSVR2. So yeah, those are the new emotes. I'm glad you like them. And unfortunately, when I bring up the chat now, it comes up like this. But the broadcast system is going to update it soon, hopefully. So you will be able to see it. But yeah, very, very happy about them. And I am in the process of helping Brian. I want him to start membership on PSVR Without Parole's channel because I think it's a great way for people to support the channel, not just through Patreon and super chats and things like that. Yes, so Karina, all the new emojis aren't available yet. It's just the VR ones, so those will be coming out on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. I didn't want to release it on today's impromptu show. All right, guys, listen. Before I get to the VR stuff, I was talking about the banter that I love having with Brian, and something I've been trying to find the time to do is creating content, highlight clips from when we do Gamescast Live. So because Brian isn't with us today, I finished this video and I thought I'd share it with you now. This is one of my all-time favourite things, and it is Gran Turismo 7 related. Some of you might remember this. Let me know. GT7 is going to be a really good game.
I'm so done with you right now. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to turn off your mic. Professor Lois with the $5 tip. This is really the rest of the show. If you liked Myles, you're just going to have to leave or come back next Friday.
A few moments later.
I'm going to turn Myles back up to see if he's actually talking. I have no idea. Oh, there he is.
As Twitch of the single player game cat said, carry on, Myles.
I'm turning you back off. Nope. I just turned you back off. Sorry, no one can hear you. You had one chance of redemption. It's over. This is the show now. All right. I think we're caught up on tips. Okay, Myles, are you ready to talk about the 30-plus launch titles of PSVR 2?
Yeah, because I think you're very tired of all these car puns.
I'm trying to hold it together.
This is going to make a great supercut.
Tech Noir with the 2 quid says Myles needs to be careful with the top 30. Be careful.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
You've turned them against me, Myles. This is not how this show's supposed to go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, it muted me. Damn it. It's because I went to a video and the video mutes you, and then when I go back, for some reason, that should have stayed the same. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway, I was just saying that I love that clip so much, and it's actually going to be posted on Twitter over the next week, and I've actually created an Instagram Reels version and YouTube story thing that I think we're going to do with on the channel. But yeah, I love the banter with Brian. And yeah, how did Brian turn you off again? I know, right? He's here in spirit. He's here in spirit indeed. So yeah, that happened. That was Brian. Brian at it again. But yeah, and I love it when Wes, AJ, and Brian and all of us can be together. But it's nice that those also be special occasions as well. All right, guys. What do you want to do first? Should we do PSVR 2 overall and doing your questions? Or should we do Gran Turismo 7? Just type it in the chat. I'm not doing a poll. Let's just decide. Whatever the wall of text is saying most, I will go with. And hit the like button if you haven't already. Very without parole. It was indeed. Oh, GT7. All right. Okay. That was very quickly confirmed. All right. So, listen, everyone. In terms of Yeah, and hit the likes. And thank you, Scory Malloy, for becoming a member. Really, really appreciate it. Welcome, and enjoy your new emojis that you've unlocked. Hope you enjoy them. Go mad with them. But not too spammy. Right, listen. GT7, okay? So there has been a lot of coverage in the last 24 hours. IGN, Ryan McCaffrey covered it, which is what I'm going to be talking about in a bit. GT Planet did some great coverage on it. Kind of Funny Games. There was a lot of big influencers and media organizations that have got their hands on GT7 VR. And I don't know if you've actually seen any of these previews, but it has been pretty impressive. I'm still saving all the questions that people are asking, by the way. And I actually spoke to Ryan earlier on Twitter, and I was saying, because in Ryan's on IGN, he's with Max Schofield. No, it's not Max Schofield. Is it Max Scoville? Is it Scoville? Or am I getting it wrong? Remind me, chat, who it is. But yeah, on IGN, what I loved was Ryan McCaffrey was so... He's a very articulate guy, and he's very good at describing things, but he kept on being apologetic in the sense of, this is going to sound stupid, but when I was in this car, I went in the car that I owned about 8 years ago and got rid of, and I felt like I was back in it again, and I was looking around the interior, and I felt like I was really there. And I love it when people talk about VR in that way, because you can tell that they're kind of excusing the fact that they're going to sound so enthusiastic. It is Max Scoville. Thank you. It's a brilliant one, so I definitely recommend checking the IGN channel. For me, I haven't got GT7 yet, but I will be buying it because currently it is discounted on the PlayStation Store. And I'm curious to know how many of you, firstly, have GT7. How many of you are buying the wheel? Because a lot of you in the chat have been asking me, actually, am I going to be buying the wheel or the full set and the rig? And I have to say, it's not something I would normally consider, but from everything I'm seeing, I'm like, actually, maybe this is something I would have to consider. And what I love about all of this was before CES, I'm hoping it doesn't mute me now. No, we're good. Before CES, before this event, the day before, I was posting on Instagram about how excited I was for PSVR2. And a friend of mine that I know who plays a lot of GT Gran Turismo was saying, he responded and went, I would like to get it, but there's nothing really grabbing my attention. I'll probably pass for now. And I said to him, what if Gran Turismo 7 VR is announced at CEX tomorrow night? And he did the Fry take my money meme. And so when it was announced, I let him know, and he's a part of like a group of 4 or 5 friends that I have that play Gran Turismo all the time together, and I'm pretty sure all 5 of them are now getting PlayStation VR2, which is amazing. And it's what I say on PSVR Without Parole quite a lot, which is, you know, it's a certain niche of gamer that likes Gran Turismo, and although it's not going to appeal to everyone, I think it's going to bring a lot of people on board, and I am so excited to play this. I didn't actually play many driving games on PSVR. To be honest, they hadn't really appealed to me a lot. But with everything that's happening here, we're getting the full game, minus split screen for obvious reasons, and all the impressions are suggesting that the fidelity is great. It looks awesome with all the weather conditions. The fact that you can play all these different racing modes is incredible. And some people have been surprised that people have been playing with the DualSense controllers because what poll do we need? Let me know. I'll set up a poll. If you let me know what poll we need, I will do it. I will try and do it on the fly as I'm doing this. Just looking at everyone talking about it. So what have we got here? Let's have a look. Hope the tracks actually look good. The showroom mode, etc., looks barren. Here we go. Finishing up putting the seat together tomorrow. amazing. Void Ranger says, yeah, it was neat seeing some of the hands-on videos from non-VR channels, as that is a nice way to extend outside the VR bubble. And this is the thing I keep saying, everyone. And this is going to get towards the broader VR, PSVR2 discussion, but I will tap on it now. There is a lot of concern, understandably, and I share it as well, that the marketing of PSVR2 feels kind of non-existent. But I do think it's because the first phase is, let's just get it out to people that are going to buy it anyway, and there's enough of us to make it happen. And so I think that's what they're hedging their bets on. And then once that's done, they can go to the broader picture. The other aspect of it, you may have noticed that PlayStation 5 is really hammering hard marketing around the console, because they're doing all these commercials saying, now in stock. And I do believe they're in the process of removing the PlayStation Plus collection that you get with PS5. They're giving us a lot of warning, but it's another thing of like fear of missing out. Here's your last chance to get it. They're doing a real big push for consoles, which is why I think it's actually delayed any big pushes they're doing for PlayStation VR2. And I know that's going to annoy some people, but that is the sequencing. You want to get as many people to own PS5s as possible, because people that love VR are going to be buying this anyway. You widen the bottleneck of who's going to be able to own a PSVR2, because you need to own the console. And then later down the line, they can push it more and more. But I do think we're getting a showcase. I still think we're going to get a showcase pretty soon. So, yeah. A poll on first game you're going to play, or... Okay. No, I like this. All right. I'm gonna set this up now. All right. Unfortunately, guys, you're gonna have to watch me talking about it as I do it. So keep watching this video. But and I am gonna start going through your questions. Wow, I'm getting a lot of questions coming in. This is great, everyone, and thank you for putting the queue at the beginning of your questions. Sometimes you might not ask questions that are just in the chat, but if you actually want to have me bring them up on screen, just put a queue at the beginning. Obviously, super chat questions will get priority. Only fair. Here we go. Right, my computer's running so slow. And thank you, really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. Right, is it going to let me? You used to be able to press one button. Someone's just pressed. Someone's hit dislike, because I've sort of delayed now with doing this. So yeah, if you haven't pressed the like button, please do, because someone did the down button. So I feel like we have to fight that with for every dislike. I can't believe €300 was donated. Absolutely incredible. Right, here we go. Engage with your audience. You have to do that first. Start a Q&A, Want to start a poll. Here we go. Ask the question. Are you what's your approach to GT7? Not interested. Do you know, I've just lost what you said the questions were going to be. Here we go. Oh, this is it. Flat. So we're going to do not interested, just GT7 flat screen. We'll do GT7 PSVR2, and then we'll do GT7 PSVR2 plus wheel setup. There we go, everyone. It is done. On the fly. Thank you for... GT7 doesn't have pretty enough scenery for me. Well, going into my own hands-on impressions with PSVR2, when I put the headset on, I mentioned in the in GamesCast Live that the screen door effect has gone. Now, I wasn't playing the game with the highest fidelity, but honestly, I am so much more excited seeing this footage now, having worn a PSVR2 headset, and it's why I'm I want to get a steering wheel. Using the DualSense controller, I think is going to be great. It's going to be great to play with this. You're going to want to use this because you don't want to have both your hands with a imaginary steering wheel like that. Your hands are going to absolutely cane. But having an actual steering wheel, that could be really, really good as well. By the way, the poll has started, so get going with it, lots and lots. And this is the thing, some of you aren't going to be interested in this game, and you know what? Goes without saying, but It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any flat screen votes, but is it a draw? No, we're not going to be doing draws. Cool. The post I didn't share earlier was when Ryan was talking about it. He just seemed very blown away by it, and he was like, if you're into car games, you're going to have to jump into this when it comes out on PSVR2. It's a must play. And it was his first time playing PlayStation VR2, and he was in it for an hour. He played it for an hour as well. So, yeah, I thought that was all really, really telling. But do check out Brian's breaking news piece. He does some great summary pieces with it. But I wanted to show this because I spoke to Ryan earlier. I just said, you're great with words, Ryan. But it was your expressions, tone of voice, and overall sense of awe here that made me most hyped to play GT7 in a few weeks. Great piece. And he said, thanks, Myles. I'm glad my enthusiasm for this was successfully conveyed. And I thought that was interesting because at first I was like, it was a nice response. But then I read it again and I was like, this is actually really great. He's saying, I'm glad my enthusiasm for this was successfully conveyed. Because that's like, he's always very honest in his reviews. But that's really kind of like hammering that, no, I was really, really enthusiastic about this, and I'm really glad that came across. Because sometimes you're lost for words, and there were some times where he was like, yeah, I just can't believe how great this looked. So yeah, Logitech stock is skyrocketing. Is it actually? I could believe that. But yeah, it's amazing. All right, everyone. Look, if you have any questions about GT7, absolutely fine. I'm going to move on now to talking about PSVR2 as a whole and going to your questions and super chats. Thank you for sending it in. Really, really appreciate it. And earlier, I was talking about how this channel's grown. When I started doing my Wednesday live show, Myles Dyer Live, and by the way, I'll talk a bit about it later because I've got a really exciting show on Wednesday that you're not going to want to miss out on. I wanted to do it the Wednesday just gone, but I've been out from home, so it wasn't possible. It's annoying when I'm looking at the questions, I miss any new ones that come through, so I've got to be careful here. But when I started this show a year and a half ago, I was getting 2 or 3 people watching, and it was great because it was like an intimate conversation. We've always maintained that. It's always conversational like this. And then as we were entering the new year, especially with the PSVR2 hands-on stuff I did, it jumped from about 15 people to like, it's now anything from like 30 to 40 people watch every week. So the fact that there are 255 of you watching right now is absolutely mind-blowing. So I want to thank you so much. And also for Brian for giving a shout-out to this as well. But I know it was a peace of mind for him knowing that you guys, we all had somewhere to hang out, yeah? We were all prepared to tune into GamesCast Live. We now can be here together, and that is just great. So, it did shoot up. Well, let's have a look. I'm not one for looking at stocks a lot. Maybe I should start. Absolutely. I love that cheering thing. It's so funny. Here we go, guys. Check this out. If it's going to let me change it, it's not. Why is it not? Oh man, it's not bound to a button. There we go. Here we are. Yeah, look at this. So that's in one day. Let's look over the month. 6 months. Yeah, I mean, look, it is going up. Although that's international SA. Is that? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And that will be influenced by it for sure. Is it February or Brewery? I love those names. Really, really good. Cool. Sorry, just getting some of the questions. We've got some super chats coming through. Thank you. Wow, seeing in glorious HD, man. I look trash today. I'm so exhausted. But yeah. Right. Okay, get into your questions now, everyone. Thank you. So, let's go through this. Prentice Summerscale says, do we think Pavlov is going to be a launch day title? No listing on the store yet. I don't know. And my honest opinion with all this sort of stuff is we are so spoilt for choice at launch that there's actually I was really looking forward for Switchback, you know, the roller coaster game, the spiritual successor for Rush of Blood. I was disappointed that has been delayed. But like 6 weeks off, I think that's it. We are going to be so inundated with titles to play. It's nice to have titles to play later down the line. Don't you agree? So I think that's really, really, really great. So thank you for that. Yeah, this super chat. I just want to just say a huge thank you again. Like, unbelievable. And I'll be letting Brian know about that straight off the show because, as I said, I'm going to be giving it to him to take care of it and invest in the channel because it's really, really important. Andrew Bailey says, the Wanderer is on sale at the moment. Should I buy it hoping there will be a PSVR2 patch? I don't know what the price is, but Wanderer, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but with PSVR2 around the corner, are any of you like doing some last minute rushes to like get some games done? Because just before the PlayStation 5 came out, I played Robinson the Journey knowing it wasn't going to be playable on PlayStation 5. And I had one of the best times in PSVR with that game. And it was the last game I ever played on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So I would actually say when it comes to Wanderer, regardless of if it gets the patch, I think it's worth getting and playing. But I know what you mean. It's like, well, it's on sale at the moment. So yeah, do get it. But in terms of do you play it now as well? I would say yeah. But if it's going to get a patch, then yeah, maybe wait for that. So I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult one when it comes to juggling those kind of predictions. So yeah, and it was sad that it never got ported. But yeah, it is worth full price and almost certainly. I like that. Almost certainly. I look great in 144p. Cheers, David. I'm glad we need people from all sorts of fidelity, right? Oh, mate, $20 absolute bargain. But although it's a bargain, I understand we're just about to fork out a lot of money for PSVR2 because even if we've pre-ordered, we haven't paid for it yet. Like I've still got this like pot of money that I'm just hanging on to, like not wanting to spend on anything else. Which PSVR 1 game are you hoping more than any other gets a port to PSVR 2? Now, I obviously did a video on PSVR Without Parole about like 19 games I'd like to see get the PSVR 2 treatment, but those were flat screen games primarily. But in some, I mean, Robinson the Journey is a game that I would love to see get the full port over. Resident Evil 7, even though I'd be terrified. But the persistence, I don't know about you, but the thing about the persistence is because it's a very dark game, there's a lot of darkness. I think you notice the pixels a lot more on the screen. If they get rid of that screen door effect, I think the persistence is going to be even better in that world. I think it's going to be incredible. So, yeah, I think Spark would be wonderful if it had a comeback. And Dreams. Yeah, Dreams as well. Yeah, those are some great titles. Do we have 20 questions or a word game tonight? Probably not, but I might whip something up. I mean, with 261 of us, we might just like make the most incredible record on the word game, and it might be a good way of introducing lots of you to it. Scott Thorpe with the super chat. £10, 10 British pounds. Thanks for hosting. Also, Kayak VR pre-order available for those unaware. 15% off currently until day before PSVR 2 release with PlayStation Plus. Surely a must at £16. Dude, it is like one of my most anticipated PSVR 2 games. Like I would say it's going to be one of the first 5 I play. I can't wait to get into that world. And again, with the screen door effect gone, it's just going to be so immersive. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So yeah, thank you again for the tip. I am going to probably stop taking questions in a moment. I'll take only super chat questions just because I'm getting so many and I want to make sure I get through everyone, and I've still got quite a bit to talk about on the show. So yeah, when is a Dead Space stream happening? It's coming, but I wanted to take a break from Callisto Protocol, and I need to get my hands on it. I'm going to be renting it, so it'll probably be in the next couple of weeks, but I can't wait to jump into the Dead Space stream. If you pre-order the game, can it be played in PSVR2, or will a different version be made for PSVR2? I'm relearning this stuff. I mean, I assume if you pre-order, you're not going to be able to download it until launch day. And the way I've always tried to describe it is No Man's Sky, the PlayStation 4 version, is for VR. Because when I got the PS5 version, I was like, oh, I can't play this in VR. And that's because the PS5 version will be VR compatible, but for PSVR 2, if that makes sense. So, so pre-ordering it, there's going to be no issues there, Timothy, if I've understood what you've been asking. And thank you, honestly, thank you for the love and support. Trying to keep on top of this as much as possible, because this is just so much full on than what I'm used to. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you. Right. Couch Potato says, what is your best advice for someone who is starting VR for the first time with PSVR 2? I'm going to give 3 bits of advice. I don't even know what they are yet, but I'm going to come up with them one at a time. Number 1, I think, is a really important one, and it is to be very mindful of how you feel in a game. I remember one of the first games I played on PSVR was Rigs, and I started feeling a bit sick. If you start feeling yourself feeling a bit sick, some people are like, you should just work through it and it will go. I'm actually the opposite. I think if you can play a game for like 10 minutes and then you start feeling a bit queasy, come out of it. Because if you start feeling really sick, you're not going to be able to, it's going to be a lot harder to disassociate with that feeling. So number 1 is like comfort is king. Work out what works well for me. Something that worked for me is when I'm in a game where you're walking around or, running about, I have to be stood up playing it. It's something about the psychology of my brain and what I'm doing in that world. If I'm in a driving game or a spaceship, then I can be sat down. That is something. And also, be mindful of those comfort settings. That's really, really important. Number 2, be open to games that you wouldn't normally play flat screen. And what I mean by that is genres. Because there are games of certain genres that I would not normally play on flat screen, whether it's fishing, even kayaking. But because there is a VR component where there's a physicality, you're in the world, you're experiencing a world that you don't normally get to experience perhaps, it's a different thing. And so if you ever find those great discounts and deals or, something new, give it a go, because you might find an absolute treasure of a game that you never thought you would enjoy before. So that's number 2. And number 3, which I'm still trying to think of what the third one would be, is so comfort, be open-minded in trying experiences. I think number 3 would be play the long game. And what I mean by that is not playing a long game, but take your time. It's going to be very tempting when it first comes out to just buy loads and loads of games. Money is tough to come by these days. A lot of us are struggling. The new headset is going to be expensive. There are going to be a lot of free upgrade games. Look for discounts. Keep looking out at Without Parole. But if you're thinking, I spoke to my mate the other day about this, and I think this is a great example. And I know that some developers perhaps wouldn't want me to say this, but my friend was saying, what game should I get at launch? And I said, if I was you, I would look at what are all the games that you currently own that are going to get a free PSVR 2 upgrade. And you might count 5 or 6 games. All right, don't buy any games. If there are some that are on discount in the pre-order that you think you're really going to like, go for it. But in another way, you've got 6 games to play at launch. That's amazing. And some of those games are games you're going to spend a lot of time in if it was No Man's Sky or things like that. Because once the launch is done, you're going to be in a community where people are playing those other games and they can tell you and they can speak for you. So I'm not saying don't buy other games. Like, if you can, do it. But don't feel pressured to, because there's an amazing community out there. Brian's going to be reviewing a lot of them. And play the long game. We've got years to experience these games. And there's going to be brilliant discounts later down the line. You're going to be paying a premium at launch just because this is brand new. It's like the starting point. So, yeah, those are my 3 bits of advice. So, number 1, these are my 3 bits of advice for anyone that is jumping into VR the first time with PSVR2. 1, comfort is king. If you start feeling a bit queasy, step out of it, come back to it and try again. Work out what comfort settings work for you. Number 2, have an open mind. There are going to be game genres and game experiences you wouldn't normally go to or play in a flat screen experience that you actually would enjoy in VR because it's different. You're in it, and therefore it's good to be open-minded. And then thirdly, play the long game. There's going to be a lot of games coming out. Look at what games you currently own that perhaps are going to get free upgrades or VR versions. And at launch, just look at what the reviews and communities are saying and then use that to determine where you put your money. Because in some ways, VR games are much bigger investments, not just in terms of money, but time, because it's not time that you're playing on a flat screen. It's a time you're going to be spending in it. And that takes a commitment. It takes a commitment to decide I'm going to actually be putting a headset on and spending time in this world. So those are my 3 big tips for you. Good luck for that with anyone. And anyone who is going to be going into VR for the first time with this, you are in for a treat. You are in for a real treat. Great. Stike with the super chat. Thank you for the €10. Stike Gamer, the VRAF GameCat. Hey Myles, sort of breaking news. Polyart Games have tweeted the first screen of Moss PSVR2 graphics comparisons. Looks great. Well, let's have a look at this. Thank you for flagging that up. Man, my internet has been so slow, but it is trying to process this live stream at the moment. Here we are. Polyart Games. Let's have a look here. So I'll make sure you take that tip out of context. Out of context stuff. And Brian's gonna be reviewing all of them. Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate. So here we are. I mean, look, this isn't gonna be a great way of doing it. But let's have a look here. Here we go. So this is... Oh, this was some of the footage we'd seen already. There was this one at the top. Is this it? The Feb 2nd stuff? I would just recommend. I'll just say everyone go onto that channel and have a look, because it's not going to look great on here and it won't do it justice. Especially if we're looking at stuff from a graphic standpoint, it's better just to check it out for yourself. Cool. Right. Super chat still coming through. I'm logging them all. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Scory Malloy, for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Welcome. Enjoy the emojis. Do you have or intend to get a wheel rig? So yeah, as I touched upon earlier, this is the first time I'm really considering it. I'm not going to probably get it at launch. I'm going to play GT7 and I'll get a sense of if it's a game I'm going to spend a lot of time in, because I think the determining factor for me is how many of my friends are going to be playing a lot of it. If they're spending a lot of time in there, I'll do the same. Have you heard that GT8 is in the works, coming with VR also? I didn't hear that, but it wouldn't surprise me. They're always working on new stuff. Waleed is now a game cat, specifically a white tiger, with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Myles, for covering for Brian. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Like, you know, we're a community. We spend time together. Much love to you all. The poll was first game you are going to play. I mean, you can only do 4 options on this, and I'll end the poll in a moment. So if you haven't answered in the poll yet, I'll give you 2 more minutes. What is the first game going to play? For me, it's going to be Call of the Mountain. I just feel like that, unless they announce something else beforehand, I think that's the go-to. Do you think there will be a VR state of play or showcase of any kind before the release? It has happened at some point. It has to happen at some point, right? I believe something is coming, but I do think everything's been pushed forward because they are, promoting PlayStation 5's been in stock at the moment. So I do think that is a big issue. I wonder, Kat, did you talk about or otherwise discuss the potential of the eye tracking as an actual game mechanic while you were over in Sweden, i.e. not just foveated rendering? Did I speak to the devs about it? I did. We didn't go into specifics. I think the idea of like being able to see people's eyes moving in games, I think is definitely something. There was no real specifics with any of the games that we played. And any of the secret games I played, obviously I couldn't comment on, other than I'm so excited for these games they're working on, and I wish I could say anything about them, but I'm really excited, and they're not going to be out for quite a while. If you drive the DeLorean too fast in GT7, is it true it takes you back to 1969? That would be a really cool thing, right? Rainer Drick says, any idea if there are plans for Sense controller grip attachments, for example, Kayak VR paddle stick attachment like for Quest 2? I like that. I mean, it's all the discussions, isn't it, around like the aim controller. People do make ones that you connect two together, but you just want a piece. I mean, I'm not saying they need to create the new paddle sense, like a real kayak paddle. You sort of take your headset off after your session and you just see broken glass and your TV smashed everywhere where you've just been like absolutely going for it with the full immersion. That would be incredible. Just to say with questions, I am going to be just going with super chat ones as I finish this off now. What is your most anticipated PSVR2 game? I am going to say No Man's Sky. I mean, No Man's Sky, I'm less like fawning over it now, but it is one that I can't wait to get stuck into. Firewall Ultra, I think is going to be absolutely brilliant. But in terms of like on day one, oh man, it's so difficult. I don't know. Kayak screams to me, man. If they have multiplayer, I think it's going to be amazing. Beetle Greg with the £2 says, hey Myles, what is the meaning of life? Great question. I actually did a show on that earlier in the week. So, please check out Wednesday's show if you haven't already. We talked about exactly that. It was a really great conversation, all about what the meaning of life is. It was 2 days ago on my YouTube channel, so check it out. Sometimes we have serious conversations, and it was wonderful. Cool. Still. So I hear Kayak does have multiplayer, but it's only like ghost like times of other players. I don't know if it's like in real time, but I could be corrected on that. If I can be corrected, please do. Paul Cunningham says, any idea when we could be charged for our pre-orders? Dude, I'd love to know this as well. Just a rough idea. I just don't want to dip into that cash by mistake and have my pre-order cancelled. I use something called Monzo, and where you create pots, and I've got a pot that is, I mean, I'll show it on my phone at the moment. I'll just make sure it's not showing anything sensitive. But you can also create in it the actual logos. And so, that I can show you that. So look, I've got the goal and the pot there. So it's like, it used to be locked, but now it's not locked, so I can take out of it. So once the pre-order comes in, I can just take it out. And you can design your own cards and that, which is really cool. It's really good for saving up for things. And it was nice to have that peace of mind. Okay, so it's not real time at the moment. Thanks for that clarification. It's only that's it. Asynchronous multiplayer. That's the term. Thank you. Not showing anything sensitive. You never know with stuff like that. Moving on. Favorite comfort food. I mean, for me, pizza, man, is so good. But I do love burritos. Curry can be like when I'm unwell. Curry can be really good. I mean, hot food is always good. Jay Smith, hey, do you know what is that little connector shown in PSVR2 Sense Controller charging station? I assume that's like a USB-C. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I have to have a look at that. Does anyone else know? There was a super chat that I've just missed. No. I just clicked off it. I'm going up. I'm going to find it. It was by... Sorry. Here it is. Myles, what's your dream flat to VR conversion game? Personally, for me, Red Dead 2. In terms of what I would love to happen, for me, it's the big hitters. I've said it already. Fortnite VR, which I know I've had that Tim Sweeney conversation. Fortnite VR would be brilliant. Destiny, I think Destiny 2 would be amazing. I think that would be one of the best to do. Grand Theft Auto Online. You see, what happens is, Grand Theft Auto Online had first person made for when the PS4 version was made. Most of us don't use it because you're at a disadvantage. You're better playing in third person. But if they did it, a VR version, riding around that city with your friends, dude, it's so doable. With the power of the PSVR 2, and having like what I'm seeing now with like Gran Turismo and that, it's totally doable. It's totally doable. But yeah, Red Dead 2 would be amazing. Just coming back down to the chat. Thank you for bearing with me while I race through all this. A new PSVR 2 game just announced for launch. What was it? Altair Breaker. Okay. Nice. Right. How is the cinematic mode? Will it have enough quality to play non-VR games and watch? So I only accessed the PlayStation menu. I didn't do a cinematic mode when I had my hands on. But again, because of the... I just want to really caveat this. And I've said this many times before, but I want to be really clear now because I don't want to be accused of lying or mis-selling. When I get asked, was there the screen door effect? And I'm like, it was gone completely. If you had asked me that question while I had the headset on, maybe I could have seen it because I would have looked for it. But I'm giving you my impression of like, I was putting the headset on as a gamer. Like, yeah, I was being aware of how it felt. But like... I didn't see it. I was pretty impressed. So yeah, the cinematic mode, I would be really keen to like have a go at, looking at 3D movies and that. I think it'd be really, really great. Now You're Home, is PSVR 1 heavier than PSVR 2? Yeah, it is. It is. I'm pretty sure it is. Cool. More super chats coming in. Thank you. I'm just adding them to the list, so I am going to get to them. Nihilist Ryan, the game feline, says with a $5, thank you very much. No question. Just love you, Myles. Thank you. Honestly, do you know what one of my favourite feelings in life is? Not only just eating the first slice of pizza when you're really, really hungry. It's mutual respect, and it doesn't have to be with someone that you're physically in the room with. Like when I do this live show on Wednesdays, or now doing the live streams on Saturdays, or do GamesCast live. Inspirational is bi-directional. Like when you say something like that, like, love what I do, that inspires me to keep doing what I try and do, which is what you want, which, the appreciation goes both ways, basically. And I love it when you hang out with people and there's that mutual respect of like, we're here talking about what we enjoy, hanging out, doing great stuff together. It's amazing, especially with a lot of shit going on in the world. It's just wonderful, and it's a real privilege. It's a real privilege to be doing this. And I think actually something I will show you guys, because again, just to sort of give a bit of background, and some of you may have seen it on my Twitter feed, but I went into 2022, because I as we went into this year, I sort of did the roundup. I went into 2022 really unwell. I had an illness that took me like 4 months to get rid of. It was horrible. I was unemployed. I felt lost, demoralized. I lacked inner purpose, or a sense of inner purpose. It was, it felt difficult. And my live stream looked like this at the time, as I was entering 2021. I like the fract. The fract thing is, I love the merch, love the hat. But that is what the live show looked like. On my last show of 2021. But my last show of 2022 looked like this. Look at the difference. And I know it's not always about the aesthetic and how things look, but it was very symbolic about the journey I'd been on from that within a year. It's amazing what can change in a year. And that, yeah, it comes from hard work, tenacity. I had to do some heavy lifting, but it also was possible because people like you showed up. People like you spend your time. Money is obviously incredibly wonderful. That's not primarily why I do it. But I just want you to know that you are appreciated, and not just in an exchange of a thank you for showing up. Like, it has a fundamental impact on my life. And if what I can do can bring you entertainment, senses of thoughtfulness, maybe just an opportunity to get away from what's going on in the world or in your life, then we're all winning. And so I just wanted to say, a huge, huge heartfelt thank you for everyone there. Dude, I'm so excited for this year because of PSVR2, the stuff that Brian's got planned, having the opportunity to come on PSVR without parole. It's been really, really, really great. Strange that cinematic mode is limited to 1080p instead of 4K. That is strange. And, maybe there will be some changes made, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, and okay, other people. By the way, I love your just do it icon. Yeah, really, really great. Thank you. And yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Guys, honestly, I've got some really cool stuff to show you in a moment that is going to blow your mind. But I'm just going to get through the last of these tips. Yeah. Visor Republic, hello, with £2. Hello. I hope you're still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Andrew Bailey with the £2. £2 to hear Myles say, Brian is a silly sausage. Brian is a silly sausage. Okay? Was that right? Dutch DJ with the €6 says, I have friends who want to try PSVR2 as their first VR experience. Which game would you let them play besides Boat Ride Horizon? I actually think regular Horizon. In terms of other games, if they have played like Tetris, if they understand Tetris, I actually think Tetris Effect is a great game. Now, and again, some of you just might not like Tetris Effect, and that's fine. It was in my top 10 PSVR VR titles. And I remember having actually a date come over, and they'd never experienced VR before, and I let them play Tetris Effect. And when they took it off, they said, wow, it felt as though I didn't exist anymore. It was so immersive. And that's I think that's half the magic when it comes to VR. Yes, what you're actually seeing, you feel like you're there. But the feeling of immersion isn't always synonymous with being in a realistic environment. Think of Superhot. Superhot is VR AF. And it's not realistic, but it was made for that platform. You want an anxiety-free Tetris. Well, they have Tetris modes. They have Tetris modes. Clip that. There's going to be a lot of clips. Yeah. And thank you. Well, the emojis I've built just because of super chats and membership. Like, anything that I make on this channel pretty much gets invested straight back into buying equipment and things like that. I am actually thinking of getting, I've got my PlayStation 5 here. I'm thinking of getting a second one so I can have one upstairs and downstairs. When I was talking about regular Horizon, I was talking about the actual main game, not just the boat ride. That's what I meant, sorry. Yeah. Yo! Welcome. What's your favourite car, and is it in GT? Oh, man, I'm not a car person. Like, I know very little. If I get to ride in a Toyota Aygo, which is what my car is, I will be very, very happy. But, like, go-karts and that would be really cool. Being super low to the ground. That would be really, really great. Rubberfingers with the $5 says, now that you have played Cities VR, what do you think about suggesting a Solarpunk update, circular cities, living buildings, and a resource-based economy DLC? Great stream. Thank you for that. Yeah, a futuristic one would be amazing. I mean, it reminds me of like a lot of those like, SimCity 2000. They had... What was it called? Does everyone remember that in SimCity 2000 there were like these massive structures that you could build that were like ridiculously expensive, but it sort of boosted the morale of your town? There was the one that was like the dome. Oh man, I'm gonna look this up now. Arcology. That was it. The Arcology. Thank you. I'm gonna find it now. Yes, I found the image. This was it. This was it here. This is what you could get. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And then what I loved was in Simcopter, which I got, you could actually fly around and see them. So they did like look like things like this. Oh, actually, no, that's in Minecraft. That's a Minecraft. Ignore that. I thought that was from Simcopter. Ignore me. Ignore me. But yeah. I mean, to be honest, they were pretty cheap when you look at the cost of them. 200,000. Yeah, really cheap, really cheap. But yeah, they look like this. Yeah. Awesome. Oh yeah, the City Hall, man. I love that. And this is why I'm excited about Cities VR. Like, it's not a game for everyone, but for me, it's a game that I'm looking forward to going back to. So I think that'll be really, really, really cool. All right. I've just caught up with everyone's super chats. Obviously, if you want to keep super chatting, please do. But what I would say, actually, is if you do want to support this channel, just become a member. You see that join button down there? If you click it, I'm pretty sure it's $3, $4. Someone can tell me what it is in dollars. Become a member. You can then cancel it and just give it a go for a month. But the longer you're a member for, the globe that you get next to your name, it evolves in colour. And there will be a day where I have to get some more commissioned for people that have been around for more than 2 years. But yeah. Yes, natural disasters. I don't think there are going to be any in Cities VR because I was asking about that. Oh, look, here's the SimCity 2000. That was the cover. Yeah, it's $2.99 a month in the UK. I don't know what the US is. Okay, it's $3.60. Okay, that's cool. But yeah. But as I said, it's not about money. If you're just here hanging out, if you're just commenting, if you're hitting the like button, if you're just taking part in the poll, let's end this poll and then I'm gonna show you something really, really cool that any of you that are in the Discord will be aware of this. Yeah, let's end this poll. So if you, oh god, no, don't want that. Man, I look terrible today. Thank you for putting up with me and I was up until like 2 a.m. drinking with colleagues at the hotel. Right, I'm ending it now. Ending the poll. Wow, 291 votes. Has anyone said flat screen? Someone has said flat screen. That's pretty impressive. So you can see the results in the chat, but I'll bring them up on screen here. What's your approach to GT7? Was it GT7 PSVR2? It was 46%. GT7 PSVR2 plus a wheel setup, 42%. Wow. That's a lot of people that are going for the wheels. Like Logitech's shares, man. Like, I do feel like PlayStation missed a window, like not releasing their own steering wheel and that. Like, that would have been incredible. 9% not interested, but 2% just flat screen. And that's fine as well. But yeah, but some of you aren't VR gamers, and that's absolutely fine. And I'm always mindful about this, that this channel is not, primarily VR. But yeah, there's a lot of car fans. And to be honest, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't necessarily car fans that are still going to have a great time with this. Because just racing with friends is going to be really good fun. So that's going to be really, really, really good. All right, people. Moving on to, and obviously if there are super chats that come through, I'll answer those questions. But something that I wanted to show was, sorry, I was just looking at something there. You're seeing my camera moved a little bit. Yeah, 88% PSVR2. Yeah, that's a bit very, very overwhelming. Check this out. No context, right? Have a look at this. What do you think that is on the left side? And do you know, for this, I'm just gonna oh, wrong camera. I love it when it does it. This is my my Mac computer, which is a bit of an awkward angle, but you can see my room and stuff like that. Like, yeah, hi. How do I change it? Don't know why it does that by default as well. I wanted that. There we go. Much better. And then I'll do circle. I'll put myself in a circle. Here we go. Yeah, this is AI imagery, okay? So what you're looking at here is a monster version of Astrobot. Good you've cleaned up in there. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good in here. So there is an app called Midjourney, and Midjourney, it's available on Discord. And do you know what? Actually, I will get you. Do you want an invite link now? I'm gonna fire up Discord now, and I'll get you it so you can all join it. I know. It's horrifying. Oh wait, that was just Myles on his other camera. Very, very good. Actually, that deserves one of these. Just loading up Discord because I'm going to get you the link so you can do it, because you can actually create 25 images for free using this. Yeah, we'd have a conversation about this. Although, to be honest, this is going to be the conversation on the show, because it does bring out really interesting implications. You'd buy that Astro for $1. Right, Discord is still loading, so yeah, do you know what? Maybe this is just gonna be a great way of teasing it. I will give the link so people are able to do it. It's called Midjourney, so you can look up for it, but I will talk about it on the show, okay? The other thing, so what you can do is you give prompts, so you describe things, and then it creates 4 images, and then you can upscale one for bigger, like I did there, or like with these over here. I asked for the Doom Slayer in the style of My Little Pony. So I love those Doom Slayer ones in the style of My Little Pony. So the reason I've mentioned this is because next Wednesday's show of Myles Dyer Live, make sure you subscribe to my channel, is going to be all about this. But I've got some more things to show you here, because I went through Overwatch characters, and I came up with celebrities playing as them, and this is what it came up with. So does anyone want to have a guess at who this is? Who is the actor and who is the character? These are ones that I've designed on it, and I've got really good at coming up with prompts, so I was able to get what I wanted. To be honest, you can guess both of them. I'm going to be asking I'm going to be arguing about both of them. I've already told you about Overwatch. The Star Trek guy, yes, it's Patrick Stewart playing as Reinhardt, which is one of the characters in Overwatch. Over here is Jessica Alba playing Mercy, who is one of the characters in Overwatch. And so this gave me an idea, and the idea is I am going to create a quiz, a small quiz, while talking about AI and the theft implications and things like that. The Wednesday show isn't up yet, so do subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will schedule it in the next couple of days. But on Wednesday, I am going to create a list of celebrities, like actors, as game characters. And you're going to have to guess who is the actor and who is the game character. And I think it's going to be really, really fun, because it has meant creating stuff that's pretty remarkable that I'd love to show you more of. But where's Bill Burr and Sandra Bullock? Yeah, that some of you have seen in the voice chat on Discord it. But check this one out. This is one of my favorites. I asked it to create Sonic the Hedgehog in the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. You ready? Look at that. Sonic the Hedgehog in the world of Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, the bottom right one's epic. The bottom left one I would get as a poster. The bottom left one is absolutely incredible. Yeah. Oh, we went down a rabbit hole with Sonic. Well, actually today I was asking it to create like different characters going Super Saiyan, and it was awesome. The top right one is funny. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Sonic Loy, Alonic. I know, right? Top left you'd get as a poster. Interesting. So yeah, look. So next Wednesday I host a show every Wednesday. It's 2 hours before Gamescast Live with Wes. So if you want to know about that, you can tune into my show, and then when it's over, you've only got like 40 minutes until PSVR without parole Gamescast Live. So with that done, I'm happy to do any last super chats if they want to come in with questions, but if not, I will wrap up the show. I am tempted to do the word game, but to be honest, that's something we just do on a Wednesday. And with this being an extra show, I'm very, very tired. So I think I am just going to leave it there. So look, I want to say a huge thank you once more for you all tuning in, sharing this with me today. It's been really wonderful. Hopefully it's been an introduction. But yeah, this is how my channel works. Every Wednesday, I do Myles Dyer Live. Which, as you will see, like I talk about all sorts, whether it's like my trip to fast travel games in Sweden, whether it's talking about the meaning of life or talking about AI, we talk about all sorts. And then I also then on Saturdays do Let's Plays. And as I mentioned, tomorrow's Let's Play, which is already scheduled on my channel, so you can go there and I'll actually get the link for it now. And actually the name of the video is called A Perfect Game. Yeah, it's called Midjourney. Why is there a Japanese flag on my door? That's a really great question. But that's the link for the Stray thing that's going to be coming out. It's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, I do all sorts. Why is there a Japanese flag on my door? This actually encapsulates like 4 of my favorite things. Number 1, Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo, hopefully one day. 2, I studied psychology at university, and one of my favorite aspects of studying psychology was learning about language, the power of language, what it means, our ability to not just communicate with others, but to communicate with ourselves through thought and our inner monologue. 3, the circle, pizza, the flag. Circle is an all-encompassing shape of wholeness. I love the planet. I love the sense of global empathy. It really ties into what I believe in. And finally, at the bottom, it says empathy, and it says it in Japanese. Empathy is at the heart of everything I do and advocate. Doesn't mean I'm a perfect person, but I try and do as much as I can to make the world a better place. And it's all possible because of people like you hanging out with me. Not just talking about the serious stuff, but talking about the fun stuff as well. Now, for those of you that don't know how my live shows end on a Wednesday, we're going to do it now. And basically, there's going to be credits, and type in the chat what your final thoughts are. What did you make of this show and everything? And I'll put it on stream. It's going to be really hard to keep on top of it. And then there might be a post-credits little casual chat, but we'll see about that. But finally, super chat. Dutch DJ with the €2. You think the persistence will be in PSVR2? I think the enhanced edition will come over. It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it'd be great to see. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you for tuning in. It's been wonderful. There are 208 of you watching right now. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button. And if you have enjoyed this and you genuinely want to financially support me and haven't already, hit that join button. Become a member. Enjoy the emotes. I'm planning on making some member-only stuff in the not-too-distant future. If we can get up to 50 members today, I think we're like 8 away from that. That would be absolutely wonderful. But you have been all incredible today. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we end, it's now time for your thoughts. So love, respect, empathy, and adios. Till next time. Bye-bye.
I saw you